Alright, in this video we're going to go through how to sign up for a PK. The link you should have when you fill up the hire pack. I'll give you access to this sheet. Download the Google Sheets app for your phone. That way you always have this link. It will always be in your Google Sheet app. So when you come to the main schedule, if you notice to the right, these are all the active PK events. And it's also color-coded up here so you know which events you can do. And it also has the price breakdown of which each event pays. So let's just start out with an easy one. If you're a new host, you can do the Bigo New or the Bigo New Live House, which is down here at the bottom. This is only for hosts in their first 20 days and in their first 60 days, it says right on the link. These are for Canadian hosts only. And if you're a new host, you can basically do everything that's in green here. Everything else is going to be too advanced for you to start with. So let's just start with a friendly event. We're just going to open up the link. When you read up top, it tells you what it pays, what the rules are. Make sure you read this so that you're not signing up for an event that you don't qualify for. If there's any requirements, it will say on here, like the Bigo New, it will say you must be in your first 60 days. The New Live House will say you must be in your first 20 days on the app. So this will give you a little information on what it pays. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do is put in your Bigo ID. That is not going to be your screen name that shows. That's going to be your actual ID that controls how people look you up and how you do all your billing. Alright, then you put your agency name here. Remember, that's not your family name, it's an agency name, the one that pays you. And when you sign up for the days and times, everything on Bigo is PST. So remember, that's California time. So if you're in the East Coast, you want to add 3 hours to these. So 11 o'clock would be 2 o'clock. For agencies, you want to sign up for as many days and as many times as you're available. So just say on the 2nd, you're on the East Coast, you're available from 3 to 5. So that'll be 12. You can just click all these boxes. Don't just click one box because you're most likely not going to get an event. You have to click as many that you're available. Now, if you're signing up for multiple events and they double book you, that is totally fine. I'll take care of that when that time comes. We can always give one away because we can't transfer the times on official agency events. But just click the times you're available on those days. And on our new schedule system, we have where you have to confirm it. So here you're just going to hit yes, you're going to hit submit. And then when you get scheduled, everything will be on the agency schedule here. And everyone will have access to the drop-down boxes. That's where you confirm your PKs. If you can't do that PK, let us know and change the box to give away. That way, everybody, all the other hosts know that PK is up for grabs, that someone else can take it. But also let us know, too, so we have time to get rid of it. Nope, that's not completed. That is confirmed. Yep, we cannot get any replacements within 3 hours. We're not allowed to do it within 2, but I will not take a sub within 3 hours because that gives us an hour to find someone to replace you. Unless it's a live house, we need a 24-hour notice. Bigo requires that. Otherwise, we can't sub it out. So remember, if you can't make nothing, a certain event, let us know. And it has to be 3 hours ahead of time. Otherwise, you have to do it. Or luckily, if the opponent shows up, they'll allow us to put in a sub, so it doesn't count as an incomplete. Okay. Now, I usually do the schedule every night or every morning, so everything will be here. You can always check the main agency schedule. Any new hosts, if you want a certain color for your name, just let me know. I can color code everything for you. So you're basically just going to look through the day, and everything that's highlighted from our agency is going to be highlighted here. So all you have to do is either look for your color or whatever. I put this little light yellow here. That means that I've already put it on the schedule. So if you're looking further down the line, say where the schedule hasn't been done, say here's an example. These two right here, one for me and one for stats, neither one of these are on the schedule yet. So you can always look ahead for your schedule if you want to see if you got an event. You don't have to wait for the schedule to be posted. This is always live. So all you have to do is just look through it. Like I said, everything's going to be highlighted. Like the hood's got one there. So I'll be getting these on the schedule tonight. So that's a way you can always check your schedules in advance. Now before a PK, you can always look at the schedule. Just say we look today. You can always check before your event. Make sure that the opponent on this schedule matches this one. If it doesn't, then that's your new official opponent. Otherwise, you have to do the opponent that's on the schedule. If otherwise, we'll have to follow the no-show replacements. Now, if you do have a no-show, first step is we have to check the schedule to make sure they're still your opponent. Make sure you invite that person, and then at least invite them at 10 minutes after to give them another option to get back on. Some people are online, they're just not live, and they can get that invite. Now, we always want to do this because if they get on at 9 minutes after, and they apply for a sub for you, then whichever agency gets it in there first winds up getting the PK, which isn't right. So you always want to make sure you invite them at least at the time of the event and right before we replace them. So procedure is if you have a no-show, you check the schedule, they're still your opponent. Actually, there's some tomorrow Impossible Stars that came up late today, so these are not on the schedule yet, which is good. I need another Impossible Star. So anyways, if your opponent's not online, you want to check the schedule. You want to send them an invite, and then you want to go into the agency chat. You can use the no-show help room or the PK event room and just put that you need a sub. And we have a few new things on here where you can hit @sub. That lets everybody know that's on that group that you may need a sub, so they'll be waiting if you need one. And then you always want to hit at the admin. This will notify all the admins for StarShine talent. So those two you want to tag. So you got to click on it to tag it. But and then just put that you need a sub. If I'm not already in your room, 9 times out of 10 I'm already on it. Then we have to wait 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes we can get a sub. Anyone in our agency can sub. If we have to get an outside sub, then we need their ID and their agency name so we can send it in the Bigo to have it official. All PKs have to be made official if it's not the original opponents. So just don't think that you can get a sub and then not tell us about it for a day or two, because it's going to be really hard to get it approved after. They're technically supposed to be approved before we start, but that'll never happen. So as long as we get it approved, within the next hour, that's fine. If it's a real late PK, like after midnight, as long as we get that information by the next morning, that's usually okay. But just remember, that's your money, so if it doesn't get approved official, they don't pay it, so you just did a free event. Alright, now after you completed your PK, you need to take a screenshot for all agency events, because that's actually your bill. If we don't send that in, they don't pay that either. Sometimes they'll pay it if one of the two send it in, like if it's a agency versus agency, one of us send it in, that's normally fine. But you don't want to risk you're not getting paid because you nor your opponent sent it in. So you always want to make sure you send your bill in. Now you can either send it into the agency screenshot room on Discord. So we'll give you some examples. If it's a sub, we need a lot of information. I always post that in here, so you can always just see if we can find one. See, a bunch of screenshots have it. It doesn't matter how you have your screenshot, however you want to get it on the screenshot. If you know how to copy and paste, you can just go in there and just highlight. If you're on the phone, you can usually just push it and then hit copy. And then you want to, when you open up your photo file, you want to paste it to it. Make sure the scores are not covered. Some PKs I can tell by the scores, because believe me, they're not going to look it up for you. If it's an impossible star, you want to make sure if you hit that 100K, your score is not covered. So any of these examples are fine as long as when we send the screenshot in, Bigo knows to match it up. And remember, everything has to match the schedule. So everything on Bigo goes by this time here, the PST. Your times, I got the time converter here. Just say your East Coast, 2 o'clock for this event. When you fill out your screenshot, you're going to put October 5th, 11 a.m. PST, friendly, and the event. You're not going to put 2 p.m. because there's a chance your screenshot may not get matched up with the Bigo schedule. So make sure you put it on what the exact schedule says so they match it up. I'm trying to squeeze this in for 15 minutes here. I'm running out of time. We also have a screenshot room on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a little bit easier. You can just hit the paperclip, put your screenshot photo on here, and in the upper right hand corner there's a T. You can push T and you can type the information right on there, or you can do the copy and the paste on there right on your photo. If you hit the T a few times, the fonts change a little bit. Don't make nothing fancy like cursive writing and stuff. But remember, if Bigo can't read it, you're not going to get paid for it. I think there's a bold option, which I've started to use, which makes it clear. You can also change the color to make sure it doesn't blend into the background. There's also little boxes and stuff you can use. If you play around with the settings, you can figure all that out. And then once we send your PK, I'll always put that it's sent. You can always check back too on the agency sheet. Just go back to the current day's events, which we're in September right now. No, we're in October. So anything in this column says screenshot sent. If there's a check mark in there, that means it's been sent. So you don't have to worry about it. I also put the rebates on here that you're going to be getting. So far, the agency is getting $216 in rebates for everyone that's done their events. This is your money, not the agency's money. So it does pay off to do these rebates. As you can see, we've already made $216 from the people that have done rebates, or PKs. Alright, like I said, I want to keep this short. I'm probably missing a few things here or there. Got any questions, let me know. And if everyone can please let me know that you watched this video so everybody knows the process that we have to go through to do the sign-ups all the way to the billing. All right, thank you.